Despite the challenges brought on by COVID-19, New York State lawmakers are still working to pass a budget for the new fiscal year, which is already overdue. News Channel 34's Karina Capabianca has more on what's inside.
This year, lawmakers dealt with uncertainty over revenue due to the coronavirus, and with social distancing, they also had to use remote voting. But despite all of that, much of the governor's policy proposals are still included in the state budget.
They said we have a lot of needs. There are a lot of issues that need to be addressed, and they stepped up to the plate and they did it.
Governor Andrew Cuomo praising the state legislature for their work on the state budget during the coronavirus pandemic. The legislative chambers had mostly empty chairs and desks during budget votes that were taken remotely this year.
You can put that budget against any budget that I have done in any normal year, and it would be a great budget. That it was done this year is really extraordinary.
Meanwhile, Senator Patrick Gallivan says there should have been more transparency. He tweeted there was little time to review the various bills or to ask questions, let alone to debate the content. Included in this year's budget, measures like the legalization of gestational surrogacy, the approval of e-scooters and e-bikes, and the banning of flavored e-cigarettes. Environmental issues were agreed on, including the $3 billion Restore Mother Nature Bond Act to be put on a ballot for voters, and $500 million towards the Clean Water Infrastructure Act. A statement from NYPIRG spokesperson Liz Moran says in the face of the challenges posed by the novel coronavirus, New Yorkers can rest easier knowing state elected officials have made important strides to protect the environment and public health in the state budget. One major policy that was left out, recreational marijuana legalization. There are also tweaks to bail reform. Supporters didn't want any changes and others wanted more judicial discretion. The governor's secretary says there are additional crimes that are bail eligible.
I believe the effective date is 90 days from now, so it takes into consideration the current circumstance that we find ourselves in. There were 115 crimes that we moved to be alternate to bail eligible, so things like remote tracking and treatment and other things.
Also important to note that the comptroller has released the delayed paychecks to the 120,000 state workers who were affected by this. Reporting in Albany, Karina Capabianca.